Well, welcome back, beautiful souls, to Spill the Yoni Tea. And today we are talking about the witchy truth about letting go and manifesting real love. Welcome back, lovelies. It's your girl, Angelina. And we are talking about healing, heartbreak, high level witchery for the real ones who've lived through some shit and came out glowing. Today we're brewing. Practical magic. Never resurrect the fucking dead. Because listen, when it comes to relationships, some of y'all here playing necromancy with your ex ghost. So grab the tea, grab your coffee, grab your favorite glass of wine, baby boo, and we are gonna get ready to start sipping on some real juicy stuff today. Let's go back to y'all out here playing necromancy with your ex ghosts, your ex partners, like really, hoping for a little closure, a spell gone wrong, bringing them in back to life. But baby boo, you don't resurrect what's buried for you. You bless it and you move the hell on. Now, if you've ever loved someone who walked away, ghosted you, or left you hanging with a half written story, this one is for you, baby boo. We are talking about what happens when you stop performing practical magic and start embodying the real thing. Okay, let's talk some truth here. When someone ghosts you or just decides to up and get out of your life, baby boo, and they don't give you closure, they're not disappearing. They're revealing who the fuck they are. They just showed you how limited their emotional bandwidth really is. But what do? We go all practical magic, baby boo. And that is the truth. Light a candle, play Crystal by Stevie Nicks, throw some Stevie Nicks on, and whisper to the universe, like, maybe if I just send one last text. Fuck no. No, no, and no. That ain't love, baby boo. That's delusional magic. Practical magic is that you're trying, and it is delusional magic. It's you trying to cast spells over something spirit the universe already declared dead. You don't need closure, baby boo. Their actions is closure enough. How they treated you speaks louder than anything. They don't have the respect or the courtesy to tell you how they're feeling and to end things in a proper way, that they gaslight you, they lead you on, they lead you astray, come back and forth, and like, who the hell does that? That is the closure. The moment that they don't choose you as closure, baby boo. You don't need closure from a ghost. You need closure from the fucking illusion. Because closure doesn't come from them. It comes from the moment you finally admit, I deserve fucking better than this. And that is the practical magic, baby boo. Remember when Sully said, I whisper for him, and if he appeared, that's real magic. Not the kind where you chase the dead. Because, baby boo, when somebody walks out, they just showed you how they value them. Their fears or insecurities outweigh what they really truly feel, and they can never be the person, man or woman, enough to be in your life. Okay, let's talk about energy, because energy don't lie, baby boo. Let's get a little witchy here, because in the world of energy, energy is everything. Every thought is a spell. When you keep checking your socials, rereading old texts, looking at old photos, or talking about them, what could have been, you're resurrecting that energetic corpse. And that's why you can't manifest the real one in. Your altar is cluttered with their fucking ghost. Like, it is cluttered from that person of the past that you can't let go of, because you have to know why they didn't choose you. And baby boo, that is the illusion that is going to keep you trapped in your fucking head. It's that clutter. It's the clutter cluttering up your altar, not allowing you to manifest what you really want to come in. You got to sweep out the old stories, bury the bones, pour salt in the wounds, and say, I release the version of me that begged for half-assed love. I reclaim my energy. I am whole. I am sacred. I am done resurrecting the dead. Because here's the truth. When you stop calling on ghosts, you make space for angels, baby boo. And that is the truth. And sometimes spirit had to ghost you through them just so you would finally look up instead of back. And yeah, it is looking at yourself and reclaiming you. And that is why these are lessons. And yeah, they can be very painful lessons. The worst thing you want is to be able to give yourself to somebody and be so vulnerable, and you give them a piece of your heart and they take that and they crumple it. It's so demeaning, and it can really alter how you feel about yourself. There's a scene in Practical Magic. Hey, yo, if you ever seen it, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to suggest go watching it. But there's a scene I'll never forget when the sister realizes their power isn't in spells or in potions. It's in the love, community, and choosing themselves. Because, yeah, at the end, when they're trying to, because she brings back her ex boyfriend from the dead. And that's why I felt nostalgic talking about this and incorporating this all together. She brings her abusive ex-boyfriend back from the dead because they accidentally overdosed him, and you got to watch the movie. But at the end, she becomes possessed with him, and they're trying everything to clear this entity, this energy out of her. And the thing that does is that bond of sisterly love and choosing themselves. That's why healing really is, it's not a ritual to fix what's broken, but a remembering of your own power. You see, every time you chase the unavailable, you dim your fucking magic, baby boo. But when you choose peace over chaos, you start glowing from a different frequency, the one that calls in love you never thought was possible. That's the real spell, because once you've healed, you stopped manifesting from lack and start manifesting from overflow. You call in someone who meets your energy, not drains it. You call in love that feels safe, that kind that doesn't need you to shrink, baby boo, or question yourself or fix yourself. And here's the wild part, that love, it finds you when you stop looking back. Damn, did you hear what I said? It finds you when you stop looking back at the old stories. So, regardless if they were a chaotic ex, if you were lingering onto your past relationships and you keep looking back and dwelling on the memories and photos, you are blocking real love from coming in. It's the moment you stop looking back, you can go forward. When you stop talking to ghosts, the universe finally gets a clear signal of what you're ready for. And baby boom, that is what manifestation really is. You got to put into the actions. And the actions is putting yourself first, learning to love and honor you, understanding you're worthy enough, All right, my Gen X warriors, let's talk about the rebirth. Warriors and old souls, here's your practical magic moment. Let's make it real. You know, we're going to do a little bit of salt and smoke release. And I'm just going to get you to take this as just something really quick, simple you can do just to release any old toxic exes that are still clinging. It's going to be kind of like a very faint little bit of a cord cutting ritual we're going to do. So just going to get you to write their name on a piece of paper, fold it 3 times, sprinkle a little salt on it, and burn it in a safe area. I always have like a little bowl. I use always a metal bowl. You can put a little bit of sand on the bottom of the bowl or some dirt, and I'll burn that paper, drop it in, and let that paper completely burn. As the smoke rises from that, just say out loud, I bless this ending and release all cords that no longer serve my becoming. And then when you're finished that, I want you to go stand in front of a mirror. Yes, we are going to go back to the mirror. Do this before you go to bed, where you're all disheveled looking, your hair is messy, your eyes are tired, and you're looking as real hell as you can. Like you just survived and triumphed another day. And I want you to say, I am the magic. I am love emotion. I call in what aligns, not what drains me anymore. And I'm going to talk about body alchemy. This is like embodiment. You're going to put your favorite type of music on. Yeah, for what I love doing, it's always definitely my girl, Stevie Nicks. Whatever is tickles your fancy, something that hits your soul and allows you to move and let your hips move, your breath, your heartbeat release what's in your mind. Release what your mind's been holding on to for so long. That's how you transmute pain into power, baby boo. And stomp. A lot of embodiment practices include stomping because you're kind of pushing and releasing it. You're shaking it out of your hands, shaking it from your shoulders. You're moving it out through your hips. You're moving it all out of your body. You're just releasing all that stagnant energy of the past, baby boo. And remember, witches don't wait for miracles. We become them. Now we're going to talk about manifestation, baby boo. Now, let's talk some real shit. Let's talk about what happens when you finally stop resurrecting the dead. Yes, you are going to start manifesting the living because you are moving forward, baby. But because real love doesn't come from chasing, it comes from choosing you. When you choose peace, you vibrate higher. When you choose self respect, you attract emotional availability. When you choose healing, you call in love that honors your fucking soul. And listen, that love might not come for years later. It might come next month. It might come 2 years from now. There's no time limit. When it comes when you least expect it. But when it does, it'll feel like home, baby boo. No chaos, no trauma, not confusion, just presence. And you are not made to feel like an option. That's the kind of love the Owen sisters were always talking about. And yeah, and that's when the Beetle would show up, is when it was that real love. That kind you can't conjure through desperation. Let me repeat that fucking again. That kind of love you cannot conjure through desperation. So don't go out there thinking that you're going to put some kind of love spell on somebody and you're going to live a happy ever after, baby boo, because you know what? That is not choosing you. That is conjuring up shit through desperation. And you don't want to play with that. You want to call in something real that makes you become whole in who you are. And the beauty of that is, baby boo, when you've done the healing, you realize you didn't need to resurrect that dead. You didn't need to entertain those old stories. You were always the magic that they just couldn't fucking handle. Let's be straight. When you learn to love yourself, a lot of people can't handle that. Let's be real. And if you're an empath, we have big hearts, and a lot of us end up getting into relationships and we start thinking we need to fix the person that we're with. But when we start thinking we need to fix the person that we're with, it's because you need to fix something that's within you, baby boo. And that is the truth. And that is the magic, is when you realize that, damn, that, baby boo, is when you are curse breaking and you are allowing your true divine magic to emanate through you. So tonight, baby boos, when you light that candle, don't call their fucking name. Call your own. That effort and energy that you've wasted on giving to people who didn't deserve your love, baby, bring that back to you. Because you are your greatest love story. Call your own power in. Whisper. Whisper to that candle tonight. I release what was and I welcome what will be, because you, my love, are not partial magic. You are the full spell, mind, body, soul, and aligned. And if this episode spoke to your spirit, I want you to give it a share, follow, and like. Baby boo, I can get as much help as possible out here. Share this with someone who needs to remember their worth. And if you're ready to stop resurrecting the dead and start manifesting real love in, and if it's something you're struggling with, baby boo, damn, please head over to my bio and link a one-on-one embodiment coaching session with me. And let's rebuild your energy, regulate your nervous system, and call back your magic so you can fully attract love that matches your healed frequency, and learn to love you the way they couldn't, baby boo. And that is the bottom line. The link is in my bio. Until next time, beautiful souls, stay raw, stay real, stay radiant, and remember, real witches don't chase ghosts. They rise, they glow, and they let the dead stay buried. And baby boo, that is the ultimate truth. Is when somebody has been taken out of your life, they've been taken out of your life for a good reason. And I'm not going to lie, it's the hardest thing is to break free from that ego of wanting to have the answers, wanting to be in control of the outcomes and the narratives of our life. And baby, but there is nothing magical about that. That is control. And when you are searching and looking for answers to ease that ego, you're only easing that illusion that has been keeping you a prisoner in your head. And baby, but when you really learn to choose you and step into your divine feminine essence or masculine essence, you are choosing you. You're not choosing people who couldn't see your worth. No longer, because you see just how fucking beautiful and worthy you are. And baby boo, when you start seeing that, you're going to start serving up. Your food's going to get a lot more juicier and hotter and spicier. And you are only going to want to entertain people at your table that are going to enjoy and appreciate your food. And until next time, baby boo, keep it real, keep it raw, Sending you lots of love. Ciao.